I just had an Airbnb guest literally break into the basement at one of my properties. So a couple of the houses that my wife and I have on Airbnb are large, century-old homes with basements that people really just should not be in. So in our description and on the door, we put a privacy sign, no guest access. We also have a lock on the door to keep guests from going downstairs. Now, for the most part, all we keep in our basements are cleaning supplies. However, we do have some overstock stuff and some valuable items as well. So we decided to put a camera in each of the basements just as an added layer of security. Now, this past weekend, my wife and I were out of town, and we had a family staying at the property. We get an alert from our camera that there is motion in the basement, and this is what we opened the camera to find. This guy is downstairs in my basement looking through my supplies for valuable items. Now, after just a few seconds of being down there in the basement, he clearly is not finding anything worthwhile taking, but the funny thing happens, and he spots the camera, takes off, and goes upstairs. So my wife and I discussed back and forth for a while what would be the best course of action to solve this situation. And yeah, there was a moment when I thought about showing up to the house with the police and having them removed. So although everything inside of me wanted to have this person kicked out of my house right away, we decided that the best course of action, since they didn't actually take anything at that time that we saw, would be to leave it in their review so that way other hosts would know not to host this guest. This is the review that we left.
Something communicated super well and left the house very clean. However, one of her guests broke into the privacy access area of the home, locked basement with no guest access sign posted. Unfortunately, this is a clear violation of our rules and disrespect for a private area of the home, so we will not be hosting.
So what do you think? Did we do the right thing, or should we have handled it differently?
That's kind of sad actually, because that was not the woman's fault. And we obviously don't know what's happened behind the scenes. Like, he may have asked them, like, why did you go downstairs? And they might have just not answered it. But he probably was clearly looking for something that might have been, you know, I don't know. I'm not excusing them, but I just think we don't know what the story is. And I'm not putting my 2 pence in it, but I think maybe if he did talk to them and just say, like, why did you go downstairs? We saw in the camera when we specifically said, and if they didn't give you a valid excuse or say sorry. But it's kind of sad because now that woman, like, that might have just been a family friend. Do you know what I mean? You don't know the story of who that person is, but it's kind of sad because that's affected her now. It's kind of weird how she's staring at the screen and bringing the bin up. I don't know, I'd say it's a 50-50. At the end of the day, like, I don't own a home, so, and again, like, it's violation rules, they've gone against it, which I completely understand, and it says, you know, don't go down there, which they shouldn't have done down there. But you just don't know what they were doing. I probably would have hidden the camera a little bit better, because if you just plopped on the table, they're going to see it and be a bit like, oh, you know, make an excuse or something. But if you just plopped it in the corner, maybe like a secret CCTV, or put it behind one of the stuff on the shelves, you probably could have got a bit more of a truer side of why he was going down there.
Thanks for watching StoryTrender. Don't forget to like and follow.